CCA, as you know, last week tens of thousands of acres were scorched in the various San Diego fires.
Our show today is dedicated to those affected by the fires, and we're here today in Carlsbad, in the middle of one of the areas most impacted by this tragedy, for a special report. This is CCA-TV.
We are standing in the middle of the ashes in just one of the sites that was devastated by the 9 San Diego fires. This site in Carlsbad is just miles away from our school, and many of our faculty and students live in this area.
Last week, approximately 40 homes were lost, 125,000 people were evacuated, and many schools across the county were canceled, including ours, for 2 days. Many school events were also canceled, including AP testing and our TV show.
Let's check out how the fires impacted CCA students and staff.
When I was at school, I could see it from over there.
Like, look, there's smoke over there, and you can see the fire.
I knew that people were having to evacuate, and my heart goes out to them.
From the incident of these fires, I remember third period, I was on the news. Red bar popped up and it said, I just remember it said Carlsbad fire started.
When my kids came home and I just kind of like gave them their suitcases and said pack up, I could see that they were very scared because they were evacuated from their school, which is a really scary thing. And as they were being evacuated, they saw the flames. As for me, I think I just kind of got into mama mode and was just like, you know, get to business. We need to get out of here, protect my family.
Earlier this week, we had the opportunity to talk to Mr. Mueller, our principal, about the impact of the San Diego fires on our community and our school.
We also talked about the difficult decisions he had to make during this emergency.
So the decision to actually cancel school on Thursday and Friday was a collaboration with our district office and the San Diego Fire Department and neighboring districts. So the impact on staff and students, really we're all members of a shared school community here, and a lot of our teachers and a lot of our students were displaced by the fires. They were evacuated from their homes. Clearly, when you're at work, either as a student in the classroom or a teacher in the classroom, and you understand that areas impacted by the fires are getting closer and closer to your home or to your loved ones, you're distracted. So we really wanted to support our faculty and support our students that were struggling with those distractions, and really respect and honor their need to get home to be with their loved ones or to gather up belongings and begin the evacuation process. It's times like that that really define a community, and I'm really proud of the way everyone responded to the events of last week.
It's hard to believe that just a week ago, the place we're standing in right now was engulfed in flames. Although some of the fires were allegedly arson, there are many different factors that contribute to the severity of the flames, including dry conditions and high temperatures.
And we owe a huge thank you to our local firefighters for working around the clock to alleviate some of the overall impact of this disaster. Josh, our weatherman, had the opportunity to speak with some of our firefighters from our neighboring firehouse and talk about some of the impacts that weather had on the fires.
Hi, I'm Josh, joined with Captain Geralman at Station 47 next to CCA. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
How was the situation last week?
We went to the first fire, the Bernardo fire, and that day that was the only fire that was going. So it was a lot more controlled than the situation later in the week, although I wouldn't say it was exactly in control. There was a lot going on. The Bernardo fire ran about 5 miles in 3 or 4 hours, so we were moving very rapidly, trying to keep up with it, then get ahead of it and stop it from getting into the houses that were along all the canyon rooms. Later on in the week, it got a lot more complicated because the resources were spread out on multiple incidents.
How are the weather conditions, or how did they affect the fire situation?
Honestly, the weather is everything. We're In a sense, we were lucky because we had the weather in May, which obviously is very, very rare. So there was a little bit more moisture in all of the plants and vegetation in the canyons. When we get the east winds, as strong as they were, the hot, dry weather, it becomes uncontrollable very quickly. As hard as we work, is all the work that the homeowners do to create defensible space can only go so far. When the weather is bad, it's always going to be crisis.
Thank you so much for talking.
All right, guys, thank you.
Many of our sports events on campus were canceled last week.
Lucky for us, we have some great sports newscasters with Hannah and Blake who are going to catch us up on everything sports and how the fires impacted them.
Hey CCA.
We'd like to express our condolences to those affected by the fire.
And today we'll give you an update on how sports were affected.
All CIF games and practices were canceled on Thursday and Friday.
We go now to Mr. Copeland for more information.
So, Mr. Copeland, are any of our teams going to be negatively affected by the cancellations?
So one thing that CIF did, which was very helpful, was they canceled or postponed games and practices for everybody throughout the entire county, because what they didn't want is for there to be inequity, so that some teams were practicing or getting games in during the fires on Thursday and Friday, and other teams were. So they shut everything down so that nobody had a clear advantage. So in that sense, we're not disadvantaged when you compare it to the other teams, but it doesn't help, of course, they have to shut down athletics for 2 days. But again, it's for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So what effect do you think that this is going to have on the teams?
You know, it's funny. I think some teams will be positively affected, actually, because they had a couple days of rest and they were really beat up. Mm-hmm. So some teams, it was just a chance to kind of rest and recuperate.
Yeah.
And other teams really missed that time, and they're going to have to kind of make it up. But I think by now it's Tuesday at this point, and I think that most teams are kind of caught up and kind of back in the swing of things. So overall, I don't think it's going to have a major effect.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
On Saturday, however, the games were back on.
And congratulations to the girls varsity lacrosse team for beating Poway 11-8 in the Open Division semifinals.
They played at LCC on Tuesday to compete for a second CIF title.
We did really well in the championship against LCC because no one even expected us to be there in the first place. It was always expected to be LCC and Torrey Pines. And we made them fight for it. We lost 12-9, but we had a great season and we ended up on top, but unfortunately not in first.
Good job, girls.
And here's a quick shout out to our leading and leaving ladies.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
I'm Danny.
I'm Katie.
I'm Emma.
I'm Caroline.
And we're the Varsity Lacrosse Seniors.
We're undefeated in Open Division.
We won the Palomar League Championship.
We're ranked 39th in the nation.
We're ranked 6th in the state.
And we're ranked #1 in San Diego County.
And we're all in!
The boys volleyball team has been working hard to win CIFs.
Here's what team member Max had to say about it.
In boys volleyball, we just beat San Marcos, and we're going to semifinals against Mount Carmel on Thursday, and then hopefully we beat them, and then we go to the finals against Del Norte.
Look out for the boys golf team as they take on CIFs next Tuesday and Thursday.
And tomorrow, the swim team competes at Granite Hills.
Good luck, guys.
And thanks for watching.
Jason, our school is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, we persisted through the disaster and had our Foundations Gala and all Envision Arts produced show across the universe.
I had the opportunity to participate in Across the Universe, and I can truly say it was magical how it all just came together despite the circumstances.
The wildfires cut down a rehearsal time and caused everybody to be worried.
I think that because of the fires, everybody just knew that they had to be really focused and just ready to do anything. And so that first Friday show for the gala, everybody was just really focused, and there was this really great ensemble group energy, and everyone just fed off of each other, and I think that was the best show.
It was a little bit stressful. We ended up having to cancel 2 rehearsals. When it came down to showtime, we really had to kind of let go and just go up there and do the best that we could and know that if we were having fun, then everybody else was going to have fun along with us.
I think that Across the Universe was a huge success, and it was just a lot of fun.
It was pretty hectic, but in the end, we all pulled together and put on an amazing show.
The CCA Foundation Gala and across the universe were able to raise $125,000 for our school. Thank you to all the students, parents, and faculty involved to help make this event possible.
CCA, we're nearing the home stretch before summer.
We have a lot of great events coming up, like next week on Friday is the Coachella and the CCA Film Festival at 7.
Also, tonight and tomorrow at 4 and 7 is the Theater Senior Thesis, Splantation, and also all day tomorrow is the Eva Art Show.
Our condolences go out to everyone affected by the fires, and we thank you for watching this special episode of CCA-TV. Stay safe, CCA!